Hi there, this is Beth from the Sterling Public Library, and I'm here to talk about a couple more books from our young adult collection. First one I want to talk about is this one. It's called This Is How We Fly by Anna Meriano, and it's in the realistic fiction section. I'm going to read you the first line, and hopefully I pronounced the name correctly. Xiao Miao takes one look at me standing in her doorway in my graduation dress that I hate. Jaw clenched, she'll hold back tears and says, "What if we just don't go?" So this book is about Ellen, who just graduates from high school. She lives with her father, her stepmother, and her younger stepsister. And she doesn't have a great relationship with her stepmother. I mean, her stepmother's not the evil stepmother, but Ellen does not feel like she's treated fairly. Anyway, Ellen has two great friends, and they're all going to different colleges in the fall. So she's kind of looking forward to the summer, to hanging out with them the whole summer. But things don't work out the way she planned. What she ends up doing is joining a Quidditch team. Yes, I said Quidditch, and it's actually a real thing. You should Google it because it's pretty fun. They actually have leagues and teams and referees and everything. So do that. It's fun to watch. Anyway, so this is kind of a coming of age story for Ellen. She really learns how to deal with relationships, her changing relationships with her friend. She deals with relationship with her teammates. She deals with the relationship between her and her stepmother is kind of central to the book also. There's also a lot of diversity in this book. So if you are a fan of that, this is a good one for that. I really liked this book a lot. It just came out yesterday. It took me like a day to read because it was so good. It is a quick read if you're interested in that. Ellen has a really good character arc. She learns so much about herself and about relationships. Obviously, my favorite things about this book are Quidditch, because of course. And the other thing I really liked about this book is her relationship with her stepmother. For me especially, I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I am also a stepmother. And I have to say that being a stepmother is the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. And this actually portrays the relationship, I think, pretty well, and the misunderstandings and how difficult it is to do that. Even if you want to do it right, it's still really hard. Anyway, good book. I suggest it highly. The other one I want to talk about is an older one. This one is called Sabriel by Garth Nix, and it was written in 1995. It's a fantasy book. I'm going to read you the first line. It was little more than 3 miles from the wall into the Old Kingdom, but that was enough. So Sabriel is from the Old Kingdom, and in the Old Kingdom, there's magic. It's a really cool magic system too. It's different than a lot of other magic systems I've read about, but there's a lot of free magic, and things can happen even without people doing them. Anyway. So Sabriel's father is the Abhorsen, who's the man in charge of keeping dead things dead and not coming back into the world and causing trouble. He uses bells and a sword to do this. It's kind of interesting. Anyway, at the beginning of the book, there's an evil that's rising, trying to come from death. And it ends up capturing her father, the Abhorsen. And so he sends his bells and sword to Sabriel, who's at boarding school. And so she realizes she has to go home and do something. So she goes home, and she has to save her father. She has to save the kingdom because, from this evil that's trying to rise. It was, like I said before, the magic system in the world I think is really cool. I love the characters, and there's a very fun sidekick character who is shaped like a talking cat. Anyway, there's several books in this series, but and this is the first, but this one doesn't end on a cliffhanger, but they're all really good. So that's what I have for today. I hope you guys have a great week. Just so you know, I might take a week or two off for the holidays, so if you don't see me next week, that's why. Have a good week.